Flipside is the only independent record shop in Dubai. It means the world to me. It's my life. We just try to spread music culture, try to introduce people to music, to new music, and just to be like a hub for the music community. So we do events, we have live music. I think the most important thing is to have an alternative place that's not really like everywhere else that you go to in Dubai, and just an escape, really, just a place that people can come and could feel like they're in their friend's living room and listen to music, buy music, breathe music, you know, just absorb the culture. The goal for the shop is honestly just to keep it open, because it's not so easy doing something really niche, especially in Dubai. So that's the goal, and definitely to hopefully inspire other people to like make music, release their music on record or on cassette. We'll help them sell it, just basically to strengthen the music culture in Dubai and the Middle East.
I'm working here in the Flipside as assistant of Shadi. We're just doing what we love, that's it. We are selling records here in the region that people should discover, because music here is always playing 8 hours a day. So yeah, I feel I'm in a different world.
To be honest, I'm just really tired of just talking about the flip side at all, because it just feels like we're talking about a physical place and not music. You know, that's the whole point. I just want it to be normal, and it not for people to be surprised that there is a record shop in Dubai. That's what I'm trying to do, is to normalize it. Everywhere you go, there's record shops everywhere. Nobody blinks. And definitely nobody wants to shoot any footage and sit and talk about it for 2 years. The newspapers and the press and I appreciate it. It's helped us a lot in the shop from a business standpoint. But I just feel like, let's be about it. Like, why do we need to talk about it all the time?
I love the flip side. Besides this whole like the only independent record store or whatever thing, it's got dope, like Shadi stacks it with dope music. The in-house stuff he does is amazing as well. Like he's a community dude. I think that's the whole point, you know, like the congregating, people coming through, hanging out. You know, it helps. People start making music together, people start connecting. It's a hub. I think it's pretty important.
My name is Shadi Magala. I do a lot of things, like run a label, run a record shop, produce music, try to be a decent human being as much as I can, and it's all related to music.
My name is Aboud Nasrawi, aka Nasrawi, aka Gips, aka Abdul Azim, aka 3 Dirham. That's a lot of fucking projects, right? Okay, producer, DJ, ghostwriter, and electronic music live performer. I also like teach children and do a bunch of other stuff for money.
Just growing up in Abu Dhabi in the 80s, where you couldn't get your hands on so much music. You were very limited. We had no idea about what exists outside of that. You know, now you have the internet, everything is, you just one click away, you can find out about everything. So I guess it started back then when there was a shortage of music. When I really got into music, that's when it drove me crazy. Like I needed more. It wasn't enough. So the more you know, the more you realize that you don't know anything at all, because you just keep discovering more, and it never ends. I guess collecting music is like a journey backwards, trying to fill the gaps that you don't have. I could not listen to music. I think life would not be worth living, to be honest. That's why you have so many different kinds of music. Thousands of records. You've got a record for every mood. So that's the beauty of it. Music can kind of, however you feel, you can find something that will basically correlate to the way you feel. I think the most stressful thing is probably just trying to run a business That's the hardest thing for me. The music is fine, it comes natural to me. Most important thing is to not give up the vision or the idea that I had. That's the hardest thing, I guess, trying to balance those two things. It could be worse. I could be in a job that I hate, but it's getting harder. It's trying to find a balance. DJing is a good way to do that because you are doing something that you love and it's music, but it's not in the shop. So DJing is one of the ways that I can kind of try to keep my sanity. I wish I listened to music a little bit less so I could be excited to make it. Now it's tough. Now it's all music, which is great. It's kind of, I'm not sure, maybe I created a monster. It's like Frankenstein, you know? Be careful what you wish for because you just might get it. Gyps is a project that I do with my friend Dawood Nasrawi. Kind of started by accident, but just wanted to make some beats.
That was just born out of something that we wanted to do, we wanted to hear. I would say Gyps is more on the experimental side. We sample a lot of the stuff that we hear, news clips, films we like, other music we like, and just general shit that we record. I kind of like having snippets of like my own life and his life onto this stuff. You know, he also had like a multi-deck recording machine. So we just record straight from whatever, like a hardware sampler or the computer onto the cassette. We copy the cassettes, do the artwork by hand or whatever, and sell it out of the shop.
So then we did that and we just kept going basically, and we figured, yeah, it's better that way if we just do one take. Whatever happens the first time, that's it. Why sit and save it and dwell on it and go fix this and that? The more limitations you have, the more you have to get creative. You have to find different ways around the problem. Usually your first idea is the best idea. If you think too much about it, you have to trust your instinct. That's why I still enjoy listening to those, because there's no way we could have made that again. You know, you give the music a chance to kind of be what it wants to be, rather than what you want it to be.
Even with all this kind of like stuff going on, this hyper-capitalism, money-related shit, you know, still good stuff thrives, good music. There's really good producers, good DJs, good musicians. It's gonna take like a bit of time, but it's getting there. There's like a pretty good independent, I wouldn't say scene, but presence. There's always talk about community and you know, underground and, you know, support your local artists, but it's just a bunch of shit. You know, it's the standard stuff, you know, promoters here are very quick to pay people who fly from overseas, like exorbitant amounts of money for a show. I get it, they pull the crowd and stuff, but really the local artist, the independent artist or the underground artist is the bottom of this food chain, you know, like at the end, it's, you know, how many people you can bring to the venue if they book you, and how much money you make off, you know, how many drinks you can sell, basically. But there's amazing artists around. I just wish they were maybe supported more or shown a bit more love.
You should just support anything that you love, because if you want anything to keep going, that's the only way it will keep going. Yeah, we get a lot of local producers. Only if they release their music on record, we try to reach out to them, and they're all our friends anyway, so they just come by, they give us their stuff. We sell it, we do release parties. So we just need more musicians. There's not that many. There's a lot of people probably doing it in their bedroom. The in-store events that we do are just another way to get everyone here and collaborate and DJ and experiment and just bring the whole community together. We've seen a lot of people meet here and then go on to make music together, so it's great to see the place being a hub for musicians. And it's just fun, you know, we work all the time, and it's good for us to take a break and enjoy music too, outside of the office.
Independent music it means they're doing it organically. For me as a musician, because I have an independent band also, we really don't care if people gonna like it or not. We just keep doing music.
Every person pretty much I know that's involved on a professional level, at least with independent or underground music, they have, they're doing like multiple jobs. And usually it's a cliche. Like, I'm a total cliche. Like, I do music at home, like on a shitty laptop. I need to borrow like samplers and equipment from my friends because I can't afford it. And in between, I teach classes so I can pay the fucking air conditioning bill, and it is what it is. So I know a lot of people that sort of, they went through that and kind of gave up, but there's a lot of people who stuck with it and they love it. There's a good small circle of people that are doing amazing things, and you're constantly inspired by the people who are directly around you. I mean, that's the only thing like that pushes me really, is the people who are around me. It's not really the money or like fame or fucking, I ain't got no fame. Nobody knows who the fuck I am, or like I ain't got no money either. But it's a lovely thing to be involved in, I guess. I love this shit.
I don't believe in marketing, to be honest. I believe that whatever product you have, or the product that you're trying to sell, should sell itself, should speak for itself, like music. I'm completely against, anything mainstream really, not just music, but just the commercialism of everything. I think the whole world is just like one big ad. Everywhere you go, someone's trying to sell you something. I understand that it needs to exist. I wouldn't want a world that's just all like different kinds of underground. You need to have a balance, you know what I mean? I'm not for one thing or another. I just try to do things in my own way and surround myself with other people that think the same way. And we live in Dubai, which is the most commercial city in the world, so you can't escape it. I've chosen the underground way, although that word is a really funny word to use now because it's been completely bastardized. But I'd call it more independent than underground. That's just what I know. That's where I started. That's where most of my friends started. That's all we knew. It's the harder way, but it's the most sincere way to do it.
Do what you want to do, like forget about criticism. You're your own best critic, I think. If you want to do some if your thing is like, I want to be super famous and like hot, and I want to, sell the club out and make tons of money, and then I want to make good music is like at the bottom of that list. That's like there's a big platform for you to do that.
You should definitely pursue something that you love to do, because doing anything else would be a mistake. But there's so much that comes with it, a lot of responsibility, and it's not easy. It's very hard actually. But what's the alternative? Being miserable? I mean, that sucks too. So yeah, if I had to choose, I'd probably do it all over again.
You heard of us, official Queensbridge murderers. The mob comes equipped for warfare. Beware of my crime family who got enough shots to share for all those who wanna profile and pose. Rock you in your face, stab your brain with your nose bone. You all alone in these streets, cousin. Every man for theyself in his land. We be gunning and keep them shook crews running like they supposed to.